Today, I'll show you 10 super high quality knives that you can buy on Amazon right now for under $30 a piece. And make sure that you stick around until the end so you can see the bonus knife that I found, because it is a deal you do not want to miss. All right, let's go ahead and get started with number 10. It's going to be from Gerber. This is the Zilch. It's got a 3.1 inch 7CR17 MOV blade for $24. Yeah, you know, it's definitely a step down in blade steel compared to everything else on this list, but you know what, on the plus side, hey, it's super easy to sharpen. And this is a liner lock with FRN scales, and it is ridiculously lightweight at only 2.2 ounces. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh man, FRN scales, that means it feels cheap and like plasticky, but that is so not the case here. I'm not saying that it feels like a $75 knife, but to me, you know, it certainly doesn't feel like a toy. And even though the stonewash blade now, it is riding on washers, the opening action, yeah, it's actually pretty darn good. I mean, just don't expect it to like drop shut because, well, as you can see, yeah, mine does not. Number 9, this is going to be from Sitivien. It is the ST129, and it's got it's a 3.54 inch D2 blade, and it sells for $28. I would say my favorite features on this liner lock has to be like, well, that good looking stonewash drop point and the action, which was, yeah, that was dropping shut like right out of the box. I know the G10 scales, they look kind of smooth and slippery, but I was really surprised about how good the traction actually is. One thing that you'll notice like right away is just how comfortable, man, how comfortable that this handle is. And that's because, well, it's got the contoured scales and that nice big palm swell really fills the hand. As a lefty, I'm so happy to see that they gave this it's got a 2-position deep carry pocket clip. Number 8, now this one's going to be from Eafengrow. It is the EF966 BearFly, and it's got a 3.3 inch D2 steel blade, and it sells for $27. From this view, you know, it does look like another knife that's, I'm kind of trying to look like the Benchmade bug out, you know, with its crossbar lock and almost identical drop point blade shape. Now, if we go ahead and like turn it sideways, yeah, you can see those similarities cease because of its considerably thicker micarta handle and the thicker blade stock. Now, to be honest, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this oversized 2-position pocket clip, but you could go ahead and just slap on one of these SIVIVI clips, which you can get on Amazon, and I'll be sure to put the link to buy these in the description. Number 7 is going to be from Petrified Fish. This is the PF818 Forward, and it's a 3.54 inch D2 steel blade, and this sells for $29. What makes this liner lock knife stand out is its unique blade grind. You can see it's got like a top swedge with some like angled flats, which I really think works well with this blade shape. And the action is just, and it is incredible in both directions. I mean, it drops shut. Look at that. Little to no shake. And I can't get this thing to fail on the open. I love having options, but sometimes I think Petrified Fish, yeah, they go overboard a little bit. Not only is this knife offered in 8 different G10 colors, but you can get each one with either a stonewashed or a satin finished blade. Yeah, that's a lot. Number 6, it's going to be from Ganzo Firebird. This is the FH924. It's a 2.5 inch D2 steel blade and sells for $26. It's the same size as the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog down here, so you're only going to get about a 3-finger grip, which makes this, yeah, this is the smallest knife on the list, but hey, don't let that fool you, because this really is, it's a beefy little tank. Because of that thicker G10 handle, I find this so much easier to go ahead and like reverse flick open that satin finished sheep's foot blade that is riding on a ball bearing pivot. So the action, oh yeah, it's really good. Something you rarely see on knives in this price range is a wire pocket clip, which I really am a big fan of. All right, we're halfway home, and in a minute I'm going to show you that bonus knife deal, which I really think you're going to like. Number 5 I got from QSP. This is the Parrot. It has it's a 3 1/4 inch D2 spear point blade that sells for $28. This classic liner lock I think is a perfect representation of like a true medium-sized budget knife. Even though that satin finish spear point is riding on bronze washers, it consistently flicks open like so easy. The very basic G10 handle shape is, yeah, it's comfortable and large enough for most hand sizes, as you can see, to get like a full 4-finger grip. The only changes I'd personally make is, well, a thinner blade, especially on one, you know, it's this narrow, and maybe a deep carry. Yeah, probably a deep carry pocket clip. But hey, you know what? At least they made it reversible. Number 4, now this is going to be from FreeTiger. It's an FT41, and it has it's a 3.54 inch D2 steel blade and sells for, get this, $23. I don't know about you, but I just love knives that have both a flipper tab and thumb studs because, well, I like to fidget. It definitely does not have the strongest detent in the world, but you can see, check out that, it's like an angled flipper tab. That really does help make up for that. Now here's something you don't see every day. Look at how that flipper, it practically disappears, yeah, while that drop point blade is in the open position. Lefties might not appreciate this clip because, yeah, it's kind of designed for right-handed carry with the way that it, you know, rides at an angle in your pocket. Number 3 is going to be the K-Bar Dozier. It's got a 3-inch AUS 8 steel blade and sells for $27. This hollow ground blade shape kind of reminds me of the SIVIVI Elementum. The Zytel scales make this the second lightest knife on the list at 2.3 ounces, and it's long enough at about 4 1/4 inches to get you get a full 4-finger grip there. The single lug thumb stud and the shallow pocket clip are both going to be reversible to keep everyone happy. It's also got a pretty thin profile, so it doesn't take up much room in pocket. And as you see, it is a backlock with a blade riding on washers, but it is easy to go ahead and, you know, flick open. You just got to give it, at least I do, I have to give it a little bit of wrist. Number 2 is going to be from Sitivien. This is the ST129, and it's a 3.3 inch D2 blade for $28. So far, this is still my favorite Sitivien. I mean, the blade shape, the handle, and man, that action are just all so well done. The Micarta version's even better, but man, that was just a smidge too expensive to make this list. Really, the only issue that I got, and again, being a lefty, just the one, it only has the one position pocket clip, but you know, it's deep carry. Coming in at number 1, it's going to be from SIVIVI. This is the Mini Praxis. It's a 2.98 inch D2 blade. Sells for $29. Not only has the Praxis like remained popular, you know, all these years, it's apparently, you know, doing well enough to justify making, there's like a button lock version and, well, this mini one, which I know many of you are pretty happy about because that sub 3-inch blade is going to be legal to carry in more areas. Kind of a shame though that it doesn't have a 2-position pocket clip, you know, like the original full-size version, but you know, whatever, it's not the end of the world. And the bonus knife is going to be from SENCUT. It's the Watauga. Now it's on sale because it was discontinued, and it's a 3.48 inch D2 steel blade, selling now $27 at full price, which was that was around $45 to $50. You know, I wasn't too sure about this blade shape, but you know what, at $27, yeah, I think that kind of changed my mind. When you think about it, you know, it's really not a bad deal at all for, you know, it's a full size button lock with, it's got 2 different opening options, you know, G10 scales and that D2 blade, and the action, man, that action, this thing is a lot of fun to fidget. Now, if you want to score some great Amazon deals on like some Axis and crossbar lock knives, hey, be sure to check out the next video.